Okay, so welcome to our introduction to the Young Living business. My name's Cassie Jennings, and I'm going to be one of your hosts tonight. I first was introduced to Young Living about 5.5 years ago. I was a teacher for 8 years, and then when I was pregnant with my second child, my husband and I realized that my full-time teaching income was going to be just enough to pay for full-time childcare. And so we had made the decision together that I would be a stay-at-home mom. I would not renew my contract. I was going to stay at home with the kids, and it was going to be great. And then we realized that that was not exactly the environment that I needed to be in. Turns out I really thrive in a structured environment full of routine and adult interaction. And being a stay-at-home mom, I just was not in that type of environment. And so I found myself feeling very down, depressed, I'm typically a very upbeat, bubbly person, and I just was like the opposite of that. And so at the time, my son was going to an in-home preschool a few days a week, and I was basically confessing these feelings to my friend Brandy, telling her I had all this guilt and I just wasn't feeling like myself, and I didn't know what to do about it. And she had just started using Young Living essential oils, and so she introduced me to an oil called Stress Away. And so that oil is what we joke now is like my gateway oil into this lifestyle and this incredible community and company and all the things that we offer that we'll actually go over a lot tonight. And it became such an honor to have that in my life that I couldn't help but share it with others. So with some skill training and some help from our incredible community, I started sharing with other people, just recommending what I was loving. And because of that, it became an income for me and my family. And so what I'm super excited about is that now I have the opportunity to share this lifestyle with other people and let other people know that there are options out there, not just for health and wellness, but also just as an income opportunity. And then in turn, a change of lifestyle just all around. I've seen so much growth in myself and then in turn in my family, just with all the different skills I've developed while also achieving this incredible income. And so what we're going to do is we are going to dive into a couple different lifestyle options. This first one is lifestyle one, and this is how most people kind of live their life, right? It's how I know my parents were raised to grow up, and you know, for the first 25 years they went to school and they learned all their skills, and then for the next 40 years they worked really, really hard. Actually, my mom is still working really, really hard. And then around the age of like 60 to 65 is when you're able to, quote unquote, retire and, start enjoying life. And unfortunately, around this age is also when your health starts to kind of decline. And then you also are set on this fixed income, which can be a little bit of a struggle. So this is option one. Now, if we look at option two for our lifestyle, this is a new lifestyle that we are really, and you want to go to the next slide? Thanks. So lifestyle two is what we're going to really focus on tonight, that just kind of seems like a better lifestyle in the sense of, being happy and healthy and doing what it is that you love while also making an income. So it starts out the same, right? Like we can't change the fact that the average lifespan is about 80 years, and then in those first, 25 years or so, we're still going to school and we're still developing skills. But what if you just worked harder for the next 4 to 5 years, worked smarter, not harder, for the next 4 or 5 years to kind of create this income? Do you think that your life would be better if you were able to kind of, quote unquote, have that retirement in the next 5 years or so by building a business? So that's lifestyle two. Now, the way we are able to compress 40 years of work into 4 to 5 years is by really working with trends. So if you look at this graphic, you'll see that by working with the trends, the largest trend in the world right now is actually wellness and beauty, which is exactly what Young Living represents, is wellness and beauty. And it's predicted to be $1 trillion industry by 2025. I don't know about you, but that is like a really impressive number to me. And what we do is Young Living has solutions for natural wellness using essential oil infused supplements and nutrition. We have natural household cleaning products, Savvy Minerals makeup, which is like a minerals, no toxin makeup line. We have CBD products, and we have products that are formulated specifically for kids, babies, and animals. So our solutions include all of these things that work with the trends. And then they're also, the thing that is really great about Young Living is these products are unique to Young Living. I don't know any other company out there that literally hits every sort of trend that you would want to see this natural solution for. So a little more about Young Living. Something else that really sets Young Living apart is our quality that we see with our seed to seal promise and guarantee. And so what this does is it guarantees from the time the seed is planted, cultivated, distilled, and the many, many tests that go into it, and then it's sealed and shipped out to your door, that there's been no adulteration. There's lots of really fun facts out there about and actually fun is not the right word, some really disturbing facts out there about, you know, the amount of essential oils that are actually sold compared to what is actually distilled, and how much of that is really adulterated, and therefore the quality is being compromised. Now with Young Living Seed to Seal, we guarantee that that is not the case. So Gary and Mary Young are actually the founders of Young Living. Gary was just a good time farmer, loved scouting for new farms, and he asked Mary to join him, and together they really started this, what used to be like a small like mom and pop shop, right? And so what they started in 1994, 26 years ago, has grown into this incredible company that has so this 26 years of growth, we're found in 25 different countries. And you'll see on this incredible graphic here, all the different farms, the headquarters, we have international offices, and those 25 countries that Young Living has distributors in, which is super incredible. We have 2 million customers, and obviously that's growing daily. We were just talking about just a few of the people on this call tonight that have so many people being added to their teams daily, honestly. And so business truly, truly is booming for this incredible company, predicted to have the $2 billion a year in sales. And so with the numbers continuing to grow, I feel super comforted in the fact that we have an incredible mission that doesn't make it about the money, but that really, really makes it about the people. So while the money is super awesome and money is great when it's in hands of good people, our vision really is to have a healthy home for each of us so that there's a healthy world for all of us. And I feel like, especially right now, that is so important, right? If we each just have the healthiest home that we can possibly have, then it just makes the world a better place. And so I know that when we talk about health, we talk about more than just, the physical health, but the mental health that comes along. And I'm so thankful for Young Living's incredible products, and that this company has such a strong mission that supports that. Now, when we're recommending Young Living to other people, it's super easy, because once you fall in love with the products, recommending them to other people is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So first, you're going to tell your story. So however you choose to get started or have already gotten started with your Young Living products, kind of like how I started. When I started sharing on this call, I just told you my story of, how these products came into my life, and the changes they've made in my life, and what I'm really looking forward to now, and just inviting people to take a look. Our team does such an awesome job of honestly doing the education for you. So there's no reason for you to feel like you need to have all the knowledge. We produce a list of classes every month for us to share for you. You just need to ask people to take a look at it, and then listen and honor those people. So listen for what sort of needs they might have that maybe you have a product or community to help with. and then honor those people where they're at. We never push the sale. We really just want to listen to people and then honor where they are. So Lisa's going to kind of dive into more about network marketing as a company. But let me tell you a little bit about Lisa. So Lisa and I actually met when we were both still working at a school. I was teaching, and she'll tell you more about her story. But what I absolutely love about Lisa is that she always says yes. So anytime somebody says like, do you want to help co-host this class? She's like, sure. She also has incredible humor, is really great at graphic design, and just a really good, loyal friend. So I love that we can continue our relationship through this company and through this business.
Thank you, Cassie. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why you might want to consider network marketing. Very honestly, it's a way for you to create a life for yourself that helps you realize your fullest potential. I'll be honest with you, the model is not perfect, but we do believe it's better, and a lot of other business professionals would agree with that as well. And these are just a couple of those reasons. So low startup cost. Our kits average probably somewhere around $150 to $165 to help you get started. That's a really low investment for someone starting a business. That's pretty amazing. Tax benefits that are incredible being a home-based business. And I love this. You get to choose who you work with. So as Cassie mentioned, we worked together before. We still get to work together now, but on our own terms and setting our own hours, which I love. Tons of travel opportunities. You can travel to visit the various farms. There's, incentive trips that you earn. Cassie and I have both earned a trip to Utah to visit the farm and just be pampered and spoiled, which is incredible. And of course, we have lots of other farms around the world that we're planning to visit as well. And then I like to travel and teach classes when I'm on the road so that I can use some of that as tax write-offs because I'm doing business while I'm vacationing, which is amazing. As I mentioned, you get to be your own boss. And what I really love about this is it allows me to work around the things that I'm passionate about. Those of you that know me know that I'm pretty big right now into cycling, and I love that I can get up in the morning and not have to worry about punching a clock. I get on my bike, I do what I want to do, then I come home and sit down to work. So I schedule my work around my passions, and I love that. Really love that we don't have to carry inventory. Young Living handles all of that. It ships direct from the company to our consumers. So I don't have a garage full of stuff taking up space that I'm worrying about peddling to people. And then the ability to leverage time. Love this. The work that we're putting in now is paying a residual income for the rest of my life. I'm not trading dollars for hours. So that's really important to me to know that my time that I'm putting in is going to a legacy income for myself and my family. And then on the right, you'll see some other things that are really important to me as well, as far as personal growth and the people you meet and just amazing opportunities we've had. I look back at some of the things I've done these past 5 years that I would not have done without this business. So I'm very appreciative of that. So at this point, you're probably asking yourself, how does this business work? It might sound kind of interesting to you, but you probably have some questions. And that's awesome that you're thinking about those. So you may be saying, how do I get paid? How much money can I make? What do I have to do to get started? So we're going to cover some of those things for you. And I forgot to grab this book that I wanted to show you guys, but there's a really great book. You can kind of see it in the picture there in the background, called The 4-Year Career by Richard Bliss Brooke. I think Cassie might be going to grab that right now. And you can order that on Amazon, but I would say talk to the person that invited you to our call tonight, and they can probably get you a copy of that as well. It's a quick read, maybe an hour, and it goes over a lot of things about this business, but we'll kind of touch on a couple of those things while you're here with us today. So when you are getting started, it kind of depends on what it is you're wanting to do. A lot of people come into this business and just love the products and really want to get those paid for because they're ordering monthly. So for someone like that, you're going to just want to gather a couple customers, share with them. You can see in this model, this person has shared with, say, 4 people. That's not an exact science, but kind of just a model for you to look at, easy math. And something like that would help you get your products paid for. Next step would be kind of building a larger team and making extra income. And that's where you're really inspiring others to gather customers and then build that team. So you've got your original 4, and in this model, each of those 4 has shared with 4 friends, okay? And then this last picture we're looking at is where you're inspiring others to inspire others to build a team as big as you want in any of those 25 countries that we mentioned earlier. And we just keep adding more and more countries every year where we're located and doing business. So there's really no limit to where you can do business. So here's an example we're going to look at, and something I really love about this. Richard Blissbrook, in that book that I mentioned, said network marketing allows everyone to build a sales team from day one, everyone. So there's no exclusion to that. Really all you need is your starter kit and then telling people what you're loving. So in this example, using what we just saw in those pictures, you and the 4 people you shared with and the 4 they shared with and so on, let's say you get to about 84 repeat customers, and each month those 84 customers are ordering $125 of product. That would mean your sales come out to about $10,500 a month on your team, and you'd earn about 7% on that, or $700 a month. And then Cassie, I think you're going to take it from here and go into a little more detail.
So this graphic right here is, I'm such a graphic person. So I love, or a visual person. So I love being able to see the possibilities with your income with this. So this is updated every year. This right here is the Young Living 2019 income disclosure statement. So I want you to just take a look, if you're not driving and it's safe to do so, at what you feel like a good goal would be, or start dreaming about what this annual income could really be. I can tell you that these stats are pretty accurate. I'm a silver leader on my way to gold, and so is Lisa, and we can vouch for these numbers here. And what I love is that I know people kind of wonder, like, can you really make this much money? And the truth is you really can make this much money. We know people that are making hundreds of dollars a month, like Lisa said, just kind of like paying for our own products while while they are choosing to ditch and switch some of those toxic products in their home. We know people that are making thousands of dollars a month like us. And then we know people that are literally making tens of thousands of dollars a month. So the possibilities really, really are incredible. And I love that they have listed here the lowest annual income, the highest, and then the actual average. So we never want anybody to come into this business with false hope or anything like that, but know that the possibilities are definitely there. So Lisa, you didn't really get a chance to share your story earlier. Do you want to take a minute and just kind of share how you were introduced?
Sure. So Cassie mentioned earlier that we work together. And at the time she'd invited me to a class in her home, I was looking for some natural relief for some stuff going on with my neck. And I went to this class and learned about an oil called Panaway, which is my gateway oil because I immediately had some relief from that. And I knew on the spot that if one oil was that awesome, the best way to get started was the starter kit. But I honestly was a little skeptical that I would use everything in that kit. I was driving home from that class. I had ordered my kit, and I had this sort of light bulb moment in the car. And I thought to myself, you know what? I can do what Cassie did. I can share these oils with people. And that's what I'm going to do. And it was perfect timing, honestly. I didn't know I was looking for a business. But at the time, I had a kiddo that was about to enter high school. She's my only kiddo. And the reality that she would only be living with us for another 4 years, and I was kind of running out of time to make memories with her, was really hard to face as a mama about to have a kiddo, grown and flown. And I didn't want to return back to school in the fall and be working full time with my kiddo super involved in band in high school and have to say no going to the competitions and chaperoning and doing all those things. So that's when I decided that night on the way home, hey, I'm resigning my position. I'm not going back. And I just jumped in full force. And I'll tell you, it's the best decision that I've ever made for my family. It's not typical. That's not what most people do. And I really want to stress that because for a lot of people, you can very successfully build this in small part-time hours, alongside a full-time job. But I was just ready to, dive into this and, like I said, make those memories with my kiddo. And I'm super excited because I was able to continue making a paycheck while she was in high school, and she's now a sophomore in college. And so our goals have changed a little bit. Right now we're working on getting her through college debt-free, which is a pretty amazing goal to have. And because of this business, that's what we're working towards. So
I
that's where
love that.
we get started. Yeah.
And I love that everybody can have a different purpose for like deciding or choosing to jump into this business. Liesl started because her daughter was going to be leaving the nest soon. I always love that visual you give of Haley like leaving the nest. It's so cute. But it's a lot of information. We get it. We're throwing a lot of stuff at you. And so I want you to think about these questions and see if maybe they help you decide what's best for you and your family or your situation that you're in right now. So what if you tried the products, and what if you found them to be as extraordinary as we did? And then I'm wondering, would you ever recommend them? Just like you would recommend a cup of coffee or a movie or a great book. What if others fell in love with them like you? What if this was exactly what somebody you know needed in their life? What if Young Living sent you referral income every month just for sharing something that you've tried and you've liked? And what if it kept growing from that time? I had no idea when Liesl came to my house that day that our businesses were going to grow into what they are. But what if yours kept growing? And then what if you were part of a team that had a proven track record? Our Living Well Now team is an absolutely incredible community. It was literally the community I didn't know I needed until they were all there. And I'm like, oh, thank you. It's just such an incredible place to be, where we are surrounded by uplifting and motivating people who really just want to help us duplicate what they have found success in. So we talk about having duplication through education, which is, classes, inviting people to learn more, really helps us to lead to success. We prepare and invite, we present the information, we follow up with people, we introduce the business like this or one-on-ones when we're, meeting in coffee shops and things like that. And then you have the opportunity to lead your team. And you don't have to, recreate the wheel. We have all the resources necessary for you. And Liesl will go into that in just a minute. I just want to share with you one last thing about our Thousandaire vision. So a Thousandaire is actually a person who, has a worth of $1,000 or more a month using their Young Living income. And, we've turned this whole made up word that I love into a vision for our team. And that is to have 1,000 Thousandaires on our team. Thinking about so excited because I think about all the people whose lives are going to be changed by that. And I mentioned before about how our team has an incredible process, able to duplicate that Liesl will go into, but we also offer incredible training. Like the Thousandaire Revolution that is starting just next month in September. I'm acting like it's August. It's not. But in September, we're starting a new training called the Thousandaire Revolution, where we literally guide you through all the steps necessary. So take that in consideration too.
All right, so Cassie mentioned that we have a really easy starting system, and this is as simple as it right here. So create your account with the person that invited you to our call tonight, and then you're going to set up your monthly order. And then we would recommend that you announce your business by just asking people to take a look, like Cassie had mentioned earlier. And then we've got a free downloadable resource for you that's our steps to success, super easy for you to follow. And then start inviting your friends and family to upcoming events. Typically, we host a lot in person. Right now, we're not. And I will say that's caused us to get very creative. And we have probably classes almost every night of the week on this team, on Zoom, on Facebook. Lots of opportunities for you to just invite your friends to come and take a look. So we make that pretty simple for you. So next step for you would be choosing that starter kit. And on our next slide, you're going to see some amazing options for you. My very favorite one is the premium starter with oils. That's in the middle there. It's $165. It's 12 incredible oils a diffuser, tons of samples, but there are other ways you can start if you would prefer. The Thieves Premium Kit is amazing for those that are building a strong immune system and want to start making some of those switches in their home to take out some of the toxic things and replace them with non-toxic items. Ningxia Red is awesome. It's an antioxidant drink that we drink every day that's great for overall health. And then we've got some CBD kits. We've got 2 different strengths. So you can start with any of those kits. That's up to you. So I would say talk to the person that invited you here and tell them what your needs are and then decide which one is the best fit for you. And then next slide. We just want to thank you guys for coming and spending some time with us tonight. In network marketing, it's really important to us that you be an authentic networker, and that means really honoring the person that invited you here. So again, we encourage you to go back to them, have further conversation with this, because this is just such a short time together and more that they can answer for you. And I want to leave you guys with this quote that I absolutely love from Robert Kiyosaki. Change your focus from making money to serving more people. Serving more people makes the money come in. And what I love about that is I think it really embodies the heart of who we are as a team of Living Well Now. And we really welcome you guys to come and be a part of that. And again, we just want to say thank you for hopping on and spending some time with us tonight.
Awesome. Very, very